I have been selling this book, Zan Azli and Wan Chun Hong's Guide to Indie Filmmaking, which is published by MPH. For a while now. It's a really good book if you want to be a filmmaker, whether it's for YouTube, social media, TV, film, cinema, whatever. This is the book to get. I'm going to make it more accessible and more affordable to all of you because I believe that everybody needs to become a filmmaker. The more filmmakers we have in the world, I think this world will be a better place to live in. Now it's available as an electronic book download on my website. I'm going to link it here. It's really cheap, it's really affordable. It's only 5 ringgit if you want to get the ebook version. Okay, 5 ringgit. It doesn't really cost much, right? It's just a little bit of something for me. I mean, it did take a lot of work to write. Each chapter of this book talks about one part of the filmmaking process. And for each chapter as well, I interview a local filmmaker. It's only 5 ringgit. It's only 5 ringgit. Okay, you are watching and listening to the Fat Bidin Film Club, and I'm assuming I'm Zan Azli.
And I'm Cheryl Ibstawan.
As usual, every week we watch a local film and we review it. This week we're back, it's the new year.
Happy New Year!
It's
raining, which is an indication of what this new year has looked like. Anyway, so
we watched the movie. It's on Netflix.
Yes.
It's a movie by Ngai Yuen. It's called
Orang Itu.
Orang Itu.
Or The Outsider. Okay, so we watched film. I feel like I must start by saying that we're starting the new year by watching this because it's actually way overdue. When the film came out, we were not around when it was screening. So
we were invited. Ngai Yuen invited us to the premiere.
Because Ngai Yuen is just such a sweet and wonderful person.
But we couldn't go.
And we couldn't go. So it's just great that the film is now on Netflix and we finally got to see it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
what's the film about?
Orang Itu is...
It's a women's girls initiative.
It's a women's girls initiative. It's about... it centers around a homeless woman and basically how she's homeless in the city of KL and the different places that she goes and sleeps at and her entanglement with this Chinese restaurant owner. So she used to sleep behind the restaurant owner's the restaurant lah. She used to sleep behind the restaurant, and then the restaurant owner sort of like chased her away, and then basically their lives sort of get entangled lah. Now can we move?
Come. Raining too heavy. But I don't like doing it inside.
You do it this way, and you can still see outside.
Then you'll be backlit.
Oh, I don't know.
Sit down.
Yeah.
No, here, come. Like this.
Okay.
So, don't sit. You stand there. Have to adjust it. Okay. Left a bit. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So, the elderly woman is played by Sophia Jane, and then the restaurant owner is KK Wong, and his wife is Carmen Su, whom in this film really looks like Daphne from many angles.
Really?
The Cantonese-speaking Daphne I King, which I'm absolutely here for. Yeah, and that's basically what the film is about. A lot of other familiar faces that make cameos. Namron in one particular part of the film, and then we saw some friends in it as well. Which was nice. Ngai Yuen is in it also for one very short scene. But basically the film, while it centers around this one homeless woman, actually talks about the homeless issue in KL lah. Or I guess
urban poverty.
Urban poverty lah. Not maybe not so much in KL, but it's centered around KL. Yeah, so that's what the film is about. So what do you think of the film?
I like the film. It's a good film, very emotional film, very heartwarming. It talks about, it does talk about urban poverty, it talks about the homelessness issue, but it also talks a lot about family, about friendship, about dedication, commitment, integrity. And that was why it was emotional and heartwarming to me. It was very heartwarming. It was a heartwarming film. Have you not been reviewing films for a long time that I'm feeling all rusty in reviewing a film?
No.
Has it been that long? When was the last time we
No,
reviewed?
it hasn't been that long.
It wasn't even a month, right? We released a review.
Yeah.
But we're going to make it more regular now this year. How am I going to say this? It's a very idealistic film to me. I doubt it's going to be like this in real life, right? So it's quite idealistic. It's quite very like so positive, which I don't think there are a lot of people like that out there, lah. You know, and I think a lot of people will, they will feel like they want to help and all that, but up to a certain degree, up to a certain point, before people feel that I cannot help anymore, which is a totally valid thing as well, right? So this film seems to be like one end of the extreme, wanting to help people, strangers and things like that, right?
I was actually gonna say, I felt that this film was not idealistic.
Oh.
Because it's a very sad film.
Yeah, it is
It's a
sad.
really, really sad film. I agree that it is kind of heartwarming, but I still saw a lot of sort of like kind of realistic bits of it, like how it really took KK Wong's character a long time to come around. And his biasness and prejudices were not changed overnight. And it's actually really, really until the last few minutes of the third act that he actually really sort of came about lah. I think the prejudices against homeless people was very consistent throughout. There was no point where it was like, oh, maybe this is not how we should treat homeless people, or this is not why people are homeless or whatever. There were, throughout the entire film, consistently the biasness and the stigma was always there. Whether mostly towards her lah, but just different characters giving it towards her. The Chowkit thing, I mean, we recently did a project where we actually went down to Chowkit and went down to the Bangkok Square, where these homeless people usually congregate. I don't know if this system team is fictionalized or not, but definitely there are a lot of homeless people sleeping out there. It wouldn't surprise me if there was a tout out there collecting food ringgit all the time. But the idea of life kicking you when you're down, and the people who are down kicking other people who are even in a lower state than them, was all very realistic to me. I get the element that you're saying, the idealistic part about how you want to go out of your way to help a stranger and everything, but I feel like in the film they sort of already imply that she was not in fact a stranger, and her reasons, Kamen Su's character's reasons for helping in the film were also very personal, which she said, right? So it didn't feel like it was really just a genuine gesture of helping a complete stranger. It felt very personally motivated because her husband had done something wrong, number one, and number two, she also personally has been misunderstood or accused before. So this is like her way of sort of vindicating herself. That's how I saw it lah. I didn't really see it as like a completely selfless thing.
And that was the idealistic thing to me about this lady who would actually, when I was a primary school kid, this teacher defended me. Oh, now I see this old lady. Oh my god, this happened to me when I was a primary school kid. I'm gonna, you know what I mean? So to me, it felt like, get real. You know what I mean?
I thought it was quite real. I mean, I don't think anybody does anything not personally motivated, so I felt like the personal motivation was there.
Okay. And then the guy, like that KK Leong's character,
Wong.
KK Wong, his character is like, I felt it was too snap of a finger, oh, I've changed, and now I want to ajak her go to the market. To me, now this is not to say that the film is not good. The film's good, But to me, every character when they want to do something needs to have motivation. And it needs to have valid, justified, and strong motivations for them to do something. If the opposite action that they're doing is also of a certain level, you know, so the push needs to be of that certain level as well. So I didn't see that push for him to suddenly just switch. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was very subtle, I thought, because time before that, he was still not accepting of her, right? And then we could see like parts where she was with the kid, and then he only gave the kid a drink. And then later on, his kid took pictures on his phone, right? And then there were like a lot of pictures. So it felt to me quite gradual and quite. It wasn't a snap of finger for me, lah. Yeah. Even when he did sort of like accept her, also, he didn't like accept her the way the kid did or the way the wife did. It was just really that small step of, you know, taking her to the market.
Even the point where, you know, where he, like you said, he gave the son a drink but never gave the makcik a drink and all that. It was very manufactured to me. Very, yeah. Give the kid a drink and then he looks at the makcik and then walks away. What? That's not. You know what I mean? And then the makcik wants to get into his good books, right? Tries to help with the mural that he was trying to paint, the advertisement. Then she looks, and then he looks at her, and then walks away, and then she grins. In real life, would you actually do that? See, I'm getting him. And then you have a self-thought, because you know that you're on camera, and you want to show it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, so like all that to me felt a little bit forced, and when it's forced, that's why I felt like, idealistic, like you're trying to show this positive spin for this family. A little bit too hard. You know, somebody like KK Wong's character is going to take them a damn long time to change lah. You know?
If at all.
If at all. And this was in a couple of days. He like...
No lah, I think it was like weeks and months.
Then the time-space continuum thing in this film didn't work lah for me. You know? You felt like this was like just a couple of days. At the most, okay, a week or two. You know, and you can't change somebody who seems so ingrained. Like we talk about our parents' generation and all that. Until now we cannot change their thoughts. How come this one can change? Like, she helped me paint the mural.
No lah, I'm sure it was longer than that.
So that I guess that needs to come across better lah. You know, I was going to say also, acting wise, we have so many good actors in this show, but how come so bad?
What?
The only person that I thought really had a good performance was KK Wong. He really he acted quite well. Sophia Jane, wow, I love Sophia Jane. I grew up watching Sophia Jane's movies, but in this movie, it felt like she didn't suit the character. Number one, she's not old. She doesn't look like a machi.
Yeah,
you know,
she does not.
She looks like a young lady who got her hair powdered for a role.
Oh, I thought it was a wig. I think
or
it's
a wig, right?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I mean that's what I thought lah. But the strength of the film is the story. The story was really good. You know, that's what I thought lah. It was really, it had a positive message to it lah. Maybe the execution a little bit lah. You know.
I thought it was executed really well, and and I really had no problems with the acting. I really liked it. It really took me for a ride. It's one of those films lah. For me, it was subtle enough to entertain and to tug at your heartstrings, but also serious enough to really make you think about what's going on. Whether or not you do something about it is secondary, but it really highlighted the issue in a very elegant way. I didn't feel too forced. I didn't feel like it was trying to shove it down my throat. And I think it was just done really, really well. And on top of that, yeah, like you said, it was anchored by a very, very good story. My only problem with it actually is the third act, because I felt like it was too soon, like too fast. It ended. It was progressing. The pacing was already quite nice and quite steady, and then suddenly at the ending, it just felt like it was really rushed. Like just one scene like that. Oh, finished. That's actually what happened. Okay, bye. I didn't really, like very tak puas with the ending. Not the fact that it was an open ending, but just the way that it was finalized. I guess just didn't really feel very puas to me.
I didn't think it was an open ending. It was quite.
I don't know, because we don't know. Will they find her? Will they not find her? Will she die on the street? Nobody knows.
I don't think that was the point of the story also.
Yeah, I know, but to me that's why it was an open ending But overall, good film. Good film.
No, I wanted to also say, I forgot to mention, Tony Yusuf's character, he played it well too.
Oh my god, yes!
Yeah, it was a very brief character, brief role, but he played it well.
So emotional though.
Yeah,
God,
Tony Leong pula. Tony, I'm confusing. KK Wong, KK Leong, Tony Yusuf. Yeah, but his very brief role, that was good. And that for me had a little bit of depth, Because you want to think that, oh wait, he needs to go back to Sarawak. He's not that poor. He just needs money to fly back. Everything else gone. You know what I mean? So that was nice.
Yeah. It really I think shows the different stories of why people become homeless. And if the aim of the film was to sort of highlight that and to sort of break the stigma of homeless people are lazy or gamblers or drug addicts or drunks or whatever, and sometimes it really is just people who are
down on their luck
or
circumstances,
victims of abuse or bad circumstances. The film really did that, and it did that so well.
I wish KK Wong's character, what's his name in the show? Atak is my uncle, who is actually can't speak as well.
But KK Wong can speak in the film.
Yeah, but who is the one that cannot speak? Tony Yusuf. But anyway, KK Wong's character, I wish there was a little bit more backstory to his. Because if he's the one that is changing, I want to know, okay, what's his background like? Where did he come from? Why did he have those kind of biasness? Why makes him so angry at the beginning? Yet such a good father, but then wants to teach the son something like but then something that caused him to change. I'd like to know that.
But there was also that moment where the son said, actually, it was sort of like a I wouldn't say a teachable moment, but it was one of those moments that led to his change for me. It was when his son got bullied in school, right? And then his son said,
Lucky thing Auntie Popo was there.
It's very painful. Why did she just
right.
It was a good thing she was there. If not, it would have been so painful for me, right? To me, as a parent, whatever biasness you have towards someone, if this person is good to your child,
you always should switch.
You will.
Okay.
So that for me was very realistic in the sense that he saw that she had no ill intentions, and you must remember that at the beginning, the misunderstanding caused him to already, with his biasness, caused him to believe that she was memang inherently a terrible person. But that moment sort of, for me inseminated to him that actually no.
Yeah. That would have been good. Now this is again my opinion. That would have been good if the kid showed smartness and intelligence from the beginning. Because he was kind of dumb. He was like in primary school, but he acted like some toddler with the mother. And the way they were talking to him and all that.
All children are toddlers with their mothers.
Listen, of wherever even with the friends also, he was like kind of dumb. And then the friends could persuade him to do anything. But then suddenly, where did this intelligence come? Was it written in a script by a script writer? You know what I mean? So, yeah.
You also act like a toddler with your mother, okay? And you're
of course. I act like a toddler with you even.
Yes.
Yeah, so I have no problems with that if you show consistency in the character.
Other people's mothers also.
Must be consistent, the character.
So you're consistently a toddler.
Yeah, I mean, that's what my grandmother used to always say. Whenever I turn in age, right? When I turn 30, she will always say, Zan, are you 30 or 3? When I turn 33, Zan, are you 33 or 3? When I turn 40, she died already, so I cannot say anything. But yeah, she always like dumb me down. When you gonna grow up, Zan? So yeah, good story though. Good story. I think it could have been executed a bit better. I think the actors had so much. The actors are good actors. They could have, I don't know. A bit. But Tony Yusuf, KK Wong did excellent.
I'm good with all of it. I think it's an excellent film and it's magical, and I want everybody to go watch it.
Yeah, and like backstory for KK Wong's character, Kamen Su. got backstory, but needs to be a little bit meatier, right? It seems like her backstory got stages one. Primary school, oh now adult, I'll see this old lady. And then nothing in between, right? The little kid, intelligent, great. I'm sure that he was intelligent, you know. Makcik, actually Makcik okay. Makcik's character
Just
was okay.
played by Sophia Jane.
Just not, you know, age appropriate actor lah, or something, so that it be a little bit more believable. Yeah. But I would still say, watch the movie.
Watch it.
Yeah. I would say watch it. It's one of the better ones. I may be a little bit more critical because it's Ngai Yuen lah. Right?
Yeah, Ngai Yuen.
Yeah,
He's
because
just out to get you.
No, I'm not out to get Ngai Yuen.
Don't friend
I
him,
love
Ngai Yuen. Only friend me.
I used to write scripts for Ngai Yuen. Right? I remember what kasut tumit tinggi lah.
So that's why you're being so critical, because Ngai Yuen didn't ask you to write the script.
Oh no, I stopped writing scripts. No, I stopped writing scripts 15 years ago. I don't write scripts. Well, I stopped.
You don't really do much of anything.
Yeah, I don't really do much of anything. I let other people do the work now. I just go, do this, do that, do this, do that.
That's domestic abuse, bro.
Yeah. Do this, do that, do this, do that. Then I go have coffee. Right? But no, it's I like the film. I like Ngai Yuen, but gotta be critical.
I really like the film.
Yeah. Hi, Achilles. Yeah, so I would say go watch the movie. It's one of the better ones out there. It's beautifully shot too.
It's beautiful lah. It's a beautiful film. It's a beautiful film. Ngai Yuen, you did a great job. Don't listen to Zan, he's old and cranky.
If I'm old, Ngai Yuen is my age.
No, you're old and cranky. Ngai Yuen is,
what?
Blossoming and forever moving forward. Progression.
I'm moving
You are
forward.
a toddler.
I'm
Other people's mothers.
No.
Anyway, watch the film. It's on Netflix. It's called Orang Itu or The Outsider. It's a really good film. Congratulations, Ngai Yuen. I love it. I love it so much. Please make more films, Ngai Yuen, so that he can continue to pick it apart.
I know.
Continue to love it.
You know what? Make another story, a spin-off with Tony Yusuf's character.
Series.
Tony Yusuf's character, spin-off. Maybe even the spin-off of KK Wong's character.
Then you're gonna write the script, is it?
No, I don't do fiction lah. I stopped doing fiction in 2006. Right? Yeah. Okay. So anyway.
Okay, watch the film. So like this video. Don't like this video. Let us know what you think if you have seen the film.
Subscribe to our channel.
If you're Ngai Yuen, please let us know what you think, and please be friends with us still, despite Zan being Zan.
Yeah, subscribe
to all
let
our
us know what you
social media
think.
channels.
Follow all our social media channels at FatBidin, or go to fatbidin.com to get everything. We're gonna do way more consistent videos from now on.
Promise.
Yeah, no, really.
Yes.
Because this is our last desperate cling to make money from YouTube. We don't really make money. We don't make any money from YouTube.
Yeah, we don't make any money, full stop.
But I want to be Casey Neistat. I want to be, who's that guy, the one that drives a Tesla and does video of his friends? I forgot the first name. Dobrik, whatever.
Anyway.
Yeah.
You're watching and listening to?
You're watching and listening to Fat Bidin Film Club. I'm assuming I'm Zan Azli.
And I'm Syah Usawan. We love you, Ngai Yuen. Bye.
Oh, now stop raining already.
Okay.